Monday began with a sense of optimism in Yemen as political parties resumed talks sponsored by the United Nations aimed at solving the current standoff. But that optimism was short-lived. No sooner had talks started and one of the participants decided to walk out.
We'll withdraw because there's no commitment so far that peaceful protests will not be attacked and oppressed, and also because this dialogue is nothing but a cover for the coup.
That coup happened on Friday. Prior to that, the UN Special Envoy Jamal bin Omar had tried to negotiate a power-sharing deal between all the different factions. His efforts ultimately failed when the Houthis, Yemen's Shia minority, declared themselves the country's new leaders. And despite UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon insisting that President Abdurrabbu Mansour Hadi must be returned to power, the UN envoy in Yemen is still trying to strike a deal with the Houthis, who had unilaterally announced what they called a constitutional declaration, formalizing their coup. And it's this that's upset several politicians.
We will not continue in this dialogue unless the constitutional announcement is cancelled. We will not accept this no matter how strong the Houthis are.
Elsewhere in the country, people opposed to the coup have continued to make their voices heard. In Shabwa, the streets were deserted as a result of a call by activists for a day of civil disobedience. Shops were closed and public services brought to a halt. And in Taiz, people are gearing up to mark the 4th anniversary of the Arab Spring. So far, the largest anti-coup protests have taken place here, and many hope that just as Taiz was able to lead to the end of one regime back then, it can do the same against the coup. And as that anniversary approaches, there is a real sense among many people here that the freedoms gained since the uprising have been taken away from them by the Houthi coup. Add to that, there is little hope amongst many Yemenis as to whether the UN-sponsored talks can indeed restore democracy. Jamal Elshayyal, Al Jazeera, Taiz, Yemen.